Hey everybody, welcome into JacksonSun.com. I'm Sun Sports Editor Brandon Shields, sitting here with our local college sports writer Craig Thomas. And Craig, we've got an interesting email earlier this week, from the athletic department at UT Martin, where they're announcing a press conference next Monday regarding the future of the leadership of their men's basketball program.
Yeah, a couple interesting things about it. One of them is the timing. The season, as we know, will end on Saturday, March 1st. This Saturday, because UT Martin didn't qualify for the OVC tournament. So, this press conference being slated for the Monday following, kind of the first business day afterward. It sounds like there's something they want to do pretty quickly, and you can see why when it's given the topic of the leadership of the team. We'll have to just, I guess, see on Monday. I talked with Jason a little bit today about what he expects going forward. I know he's going to meet with Ferry, the athletic director, this weekend, and I guess they'll hammer out whatever they need to discuss as far as the future of the program. Jason James has been the coach. This is his fifth year. That's coming to an end here on Saturday. There's been a little bit of a tough go of it for most of the years. UT Martin never really got that one really great season where they were in serious contention for the conference. They had one year where they did make the conference final, kind of a little bit of a surprise, but the other years they haven't made that deep run in March that I think everybody was looking for. They've had a couple of seasons that were really, really difficult, only 4 wins apiece a couple of those years, just 8 this year, and I think with all the talent they had coming back this year, the expectations were maybe a little bit higher that they could go a little farther.
So kind of after all that, the program's been struggling at best. They're competing over the last 5 years. They're competing for the OVC tournament. They did have 1 year where they qualified for the tournament, won a game, nearly won 2 games,
and they've qualified for the tournament a couple of times.
Right. But just kind of what is your thinking on the whole situation? Because I've never heard of the college athletic director calling a press conference a week in advance to announce we're keeping our coach.
Well, and it is surprising the fact that they mentioned that he hadn't made a decision yet. At least that's the official position, is
right.
That Ferry hasn't decided anything. A lot of people have kind of speculated, I think, that with Ferry being the new guy in town, that he wants to make a splash, or however you want to think about it. That he wants to maybe make a big change right away. And he mentioned in our interview, and you'll remember last month, that men's basketball is a program that has to win.
Right.
Just financially and for the feel good vibe of the fan base. Men's basketball is an important program when you're an OVC school. So there's a couple of things that kind of concern you, I think, if you're Jason James. Another being that Ferry mentioned in that interview, God willing, we'll get into the OVC tournament and then work from there. Well, they didn't get there.
Right.
And, so if the end of this season up to this point was going to be kind of a little bit of a test, it's just not panned out very well for James. So personally, I expect we're going to find out on Monday that UTM is going to go in a different direction. They're going to hire a new coach. I think one of the things that kind of works in James' favor is that everybody seems to like him.
Right.
As far as the off-the-court stuff, that all, I think, goes in Jason James' favor. He's been okay with suspending his top players when they, broke a team rule. He gets along with the fans, he gets along with the media, and everything like that. But I think just from a wins perspective, I suspect that there just hasn't been enough to satisfy Ferry, and I think he feels probably some pressure to raise some money pretty quick and get the athletic program better funded across the board. And he probably feels like he can do that once basketball starts to be a little bit more popular, a little bit more successful.
All right, well, feel free to kind of let us know your thoughts on the whole situation, particularly if you're a UTM Skyhawk fan and really follow the program. Maybe you're an alumnus or even some former players. I know Coach James, he's got kind of the legacy of being a good recruiter because he was the main one who brought in Lester Hudson as an assistant coach when Brett Campbell was still the coach here. So there's still a lot of goodwill towards that, and they think that he has the capability to build the program back up. But tweet him at JS Writer Craig with your thoughts, or myself at JS Editor Brandon, but we can discuss and speculate all we want this week, but we'll find out for sure Monday morning.